Okay, hi, I'm Malik, licensed acupuncturist at Achieve Health in Retford. As you might not know, but it's a gloomy day outside. Okay, right? Okay, even though our background's slightly different. We have a special guest here today, and her name's Emma Routen, who's a specialist herbalist based in Retford. Welcome, Emma. Thank you.
So yeah, do you just want me to talk about
Yeah, please share. Yeah, if you could just tell us a little bit about your background, please. What made you get into herbalism?
Oh, well, it's actually my nana, would you believe? My nan has always used plant-based medicine to heal our family. Was called the White Witch, really, so to speak. I was always fascinated that she could go out into her garden and help my sore throat, or help my tummy if it was hurting, or stop my finger from bleeding with a plant. I just found it fascinating. Just kind of was on the back burner for a little bit until I moved over towards Lincoln and found out about the degree course over there. Obviously became a parent myself and became very interested in what we were putting into our children's bodies and how we could support their health. So a little bit of synergy happened, and I started the degree course over at Lincoln Uni, qualified 4 years ago now. So been practicing for quite some time. But yeah, plants are fascinating. I love it.
Brilliant. Excellent. And it's Western herb, isn't it? Yeah, Western herbalism.
Yeah, I mean, Western herbalists are a little bit cheeky, I suppose. We've stolen a lot from Ayurvedic and also from TCM as well, so traditional Chinese medicine. So there is a little bit of overlap, because if there's a plant or product that does it well, of course we're going to use that to get the best result for our patients. So yeah, there is some crossover with regards to what we use.
Great, excellent, brilliant. And where are you based? I mean,
So I'm based in Retford Town Centre, on New Street, which nobody knows where it is, even though they've lived here for many years. So basically, the easiest way to describe it is I'm next door to Kiwi Cafe, which everyone seems to know in the town centre. And on my other side is Newton Fallowell, the estate agents. So yeah, I've worked here for the last 2 years now. And also I've got the eco shop Vert Zero Waste downstairs as well.
Okay. So what is that EcoWaste? What does that do?
So it's a plastic-free shopping experience, but also all of my herbs are available to actually buy there as well, and people come in for medical support and advice when I'm actually working also. So it's a bit of a drop-in space. Yeah, so it's just plastic-free shopping, so you come and weigh out the foods and the products that you need, and there's also the eco-based products there as well.
Brilliant, excellent. And what you said that what sort of conditions do you normally treat? Or
I do absolutely everything and anything that you would go to a GP for. A bit similar to yourself, really. But obviously, because I've got small children, I've got a lot of people that have children with skin disorders and things like that come and see me. I've just started offering allergy tests as well. So there's been a lot of that going on, because obviously we do a lot of work with digestive disorders in particular. Menopause, chronic fatigue, pain relief, do a lot of work getting people off opiate medication, seeing a lot of people for reflux at the moment, so supporting people getting off PPI medication, which we know is no good long term. And also 2020 being the year it is, a great deal of mental health work, so stress, anxiety, insomnia, all those kind of conditions at the moment. So yeah, everything and anything really.
Did you find that you're getting a lot more people with anxiety, especially with current circumstances?
Yeah, I think it's affecting people very differently, because everyone's situation, even though we're experiencing the same things, is very unique to that person, which is why holistic treatment's so good, because you consider everything. You don't just consider what's in front of you. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of ebbed and flowed as we've sort of gone through this year. the anxiety levels of it, a lot of insomnia, so people losing a lot of sleep over the uncertainties, but then we're noticing a lot of lack of control of situation in particular seems to be resonating with a lot of people, which is causing, you know, anything from reflux to sort of panic attacks. It's manifesting differently in many different people. So just actually being able to sit down with somebody and have that sort of hour-long consultation at a time where I don't think people are communicating as they were, seems to be gaining positive results alongside the herbal treatment also. But yes, I think it was children initially, but I think it's now adults that are finding it a little bit difficult.
Yeah. Okay. And what any particular success stories you would like to share?
Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult to quantify successes without discussing people too detail. But I mean, my personal favourites are always when I support people getting off the medications that they've been on for years and years and years. You know, it's not uncommon for people to sit down with me that, you know, have pill pots with about 10 different medications that they're taking, and, you know, and then it's only the first initial medication, and then it's to counteract side effects of that medication, and it becomes this slippery slope. So yeah, I always like it when we get to a point where we're kind of medication free, and being able to offer them that support of, you know, getting off the PPI that they're on or the opiate medication, because you actually see these people transform in front of you, you know, when you first sat down with them to when they sort of cease treatment, or they're just sort of getting repeat prescriptions from you towards the end. It's like whole new leases of life has happened. So for me, that I always like that when we're able to do a lot of things. I personally really like treating children, because no one can throw placebo out there at all, because, you know, it's what you've actually put in that bottle that's doing the work as well. So that's always great. But just I love that connection with people. You know, people are really missing people this year, and to be able to give them that time, and just, you know, even if it's an extra hour of sleep a night, it feels like a little win, really.
Good. You said your children, what age do you see them from?
Oh gosh, well, obviously there's a lot of when I treat newborns, but, you know, right the way up through to sort of adolescence. But, you know, generally when they're that age, when they're teeny tiny, it's a lot of work with the parents that you're actually doing. But yeah, that's the great thing about herbal medicine. It's so gentle that it can be used right the way from birth. So yeah, all ages really.
Excellent. Any particular favourite herbs that you have?
Oh, too many. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? I have about 134, 140 in my dispensary. So yeah, a lot. I suppose the one to talk about this year would be turmeric, I suppose. I think because it's been a very different year, we've been encouraged to sort of get out there and get active, and we've all sort of grasped that because it's been our only sort of free time and chance to sort of be outside in the sunshine or the rain and the elements and everything. So I've been seeing so many people with like sports injuries and offering them turmeric capsules, which I sell here, and they've just been helping because it's just such a potent, I mean, you'll be aware, such a potent anti-inflammatory. And yeah, I think that's been quite satisfying because I hate ibuprofen with a passion. It just causes so many issues to the digestive system, for such a cheap tablet as well. It's quite scary. But turmeric has this year played a massive part in so many patients' lives and so many customers' lives for downstairs as well, just offering that support with inflammation, pain relief, and just generally being a great supplement for people to keep healthy as well. So I'm going to go with turmeric today for this year, I think.
Brilliant. Yeah, excellent. And obviously you mentioned about COVID, and obviously people are fearful of it. Are there any particular herbs or they can do something for themselves?
I've kind of really I try not to mention it too much when I'm doing any promotion about what we do. I mean, obviously, with its origins in China, and with where the hospitals work over there, there's a great deal of information out there with regards to herbs that were actually used within hospitals over there to support patients. I always go back to strengthening the immune system where we can, through diet, and strengthening those areas of weakness. Whenever there's anything like this, you know, as we go through the seasons and sort of come into flu season, it's what I'd be doing anyway. So yeah, I try not to really mention COVID much, but obviously I look to the antiviral herbs that we use, with regards to things like elderberry or tree of life, thuya, for example, and just sort of look at anything that is a lung tonic as well, to sort of look at strengthening those body systems. But yeah, it's a really difficult thing, isn't it? Because you obviously want to say that you've got things that will help, and of course you've got things to help, but then also you don't want to make money on the back of something that has affected and scared quite a lot of people out there as well. So I try not to say the C word too often, and just concentrate on the body systems where I know people have weaknesses, and give information about supporting health and nutrition going forward, because, oh, and of course, exercise is a key for this as well. So yeah, I try and sort of concentrate on that. Sorry not to give you a definite named herb.
Great. So if someone wants, say someone calls your office, what is the process of you seeing them? What do they do? What do they can expect on their first day?
Okay, so because I treat so much, we obviously have a bit of a triage system on the phone. At the moment, because of what's happening in this day and age, some people still aren't comfortable coming out to see me, which is fine. So it means I'm doing a lot of things like this on Zoom, on Teams as a remote platform, and then posting medications out to them. Again, because it's different things that I see, we do both acute consultations and chronic consultations, just depending on how severe the issue is and how long you've actually had it for. If it's acute, you're normally looking at sort of half an hour to 45 minutes of sort of going through how you're currently feeling, and then we put together a treatment plan, or I put together a treatment plan actually in line with what we've discussed. But if it's something that's chronic and is bothering you a little bit more, you know, you need to have a little bit more investigation into it, which we'd find out on point of call. You're sort of looking at about an hour and a half, because it's obviously holistic treatment, and we get a full medical history and try and paint a picture of what sort of brought that person to this point. So, you know, each body system needs to be explored. Lifestyle, diet, nutrition needs to be explored as well. So it can be quite in depth, that first sort of consultation, and then obviously follow-ups, etc. You're looking at about half an hour, 45 minutes. So it really just depends what support is actually needed at what point, really.
Great, excellent, brilliant. So if someone wants to reach you, okay, how do they contact you?
So they can either link in on Facebook. I'm obviously there as Yew Tree Herbal Clinic. My telephone number.
So it's Yew Tree Herbal Clinic. Yeah?
Herbal Clinic, yeah. Or just pop into the shop to see me. A lot of people just pop in and start talking to me about all kinds of things, actually within the shop as well. And we make a convenient time for them to come in and sit down and discuss further. And by good old fashioned telephone call as well. That's that's the other way of getting in touch.
And the telephone number is?
Yeah, sure. It's 07949 415 877.
Great stuff. Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Emma.
No,
pleasure talking to you. And hopefully we'll speak again soon.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Thanks, Mal.
Thank
Cheers.
you. Cheers.